Hi guys, good evening. I am going to be doing another video. I think this is video number 6 of continuing on with reading from the Empath's Survival Guide by Judith Orloff MD. So this next section, we were talking about chapter 2, which was medications and common ailments and optimizing your physical health as an empath. And we were going to talk about some strategies and things that you can do to help yourself. So the last place that we left off was tips to relieve adrenal fatigue. And now here we're going to talk about protection for empaths and strategies that you can use or put into place to help yourself. So empaths and exercise. Regular exercise is life-saving for empaths because it physically expels tension and negative energy. A sedentary lifestyle causes your energy flow to stagnate, allowing all kinds of toxins to accumulate. When you feel stress building, take a walk, go to the gym, do yoga, or do some stretching. Vigorous exercise is excellent at purifying our system, though gentle exercise can be effective too. Movement keeps us flexible so our muscles don't contract and hold in negativity. In this way, exercise turns back the clock, helping us to stay younger and more vital. All right, now this next section says it is self-protection for empaths, 14 strategies to combat toxic energy. My patients frequently ask, how can I tell if my emotions or symptoms are mine or someone else's? And if they're not mine, how do I let them go? The answers are key to becoming a happy and energized person. Here are some basic strategies to practice if you think you're absorbing the stress or symptoms of others and need to release the negative energy. I use these strategies in my life and teach them to my patients. Experiment to see which ones work best for you. Strategy number 1, ask yourself, is this symptom or emotion mine or someone else's? A tip-off that you're absorbing someone's energy is to notice when you experience a sudden change of mood or physical state around a person. If you didn't feel anxious, depressed, exhausted, or sick before, most likely the discomfort you're feeling now is at least partially coming from someone else. If your discomfort goes away when you're not near this person or lessens, it is probably not yours. Sometimes, though, the emotion or symptom may belong to both another person and you. Feelings are catching, especially if they relate to a hot-button issue for you. For instance, if you have unresolved anger at your father, you'll soak up other people's anger at their fathers. Or if you fear chronic illness, you will be susceptible to absorbing the symptoms of chronic illnesses that others have. Empaths are more prone to take on the emotional or physical pain that they haven't worked out in themselves. The more you heal issues that trigger you, the less likely you will be to absorb such symptoms from others. That's amazing. You might still sense them, but they won't impact you as deeply or drain you. Strategy number 2, breathe and repeat this mantra. When negativity strikes, immediately focus on your breath for a few minutes. Slowly and deeply inhale and exhale to expel the uncomfortable energy. Breathing circulates negativity out of your body. Holding the breath and breathing shallowly keeps negativity stuck inside of you. As you breathe deeply, I also suggest repeating this mantra aloud 3 times in a tone that conveys you mean what you're saying. Return to sender, return to sender, return to sender. The power of your voice can command the discomfort out of your body, while your breath is the vehicle that transports the discomfort back to the universe. Also, while saying this mantra, you can focus on breathing toxic energy out of your lumbar spine, which is your lower back. The spaces between the lumbar vertebrae act as channels for eliminating symptoms you might have picked up. Visualize the discomfort exiting through these spaces in your spine. Declare, I release you, as the unhealthy energy leaves your body and blends with the giant energy matrix of life. Strategy number 3, Keep away from what's disturbing you. Move at least 20 feet from the suspected source of discomfort. See if you feel relief. Don't worry about offending strangers. Whether you're in a doctor's office, movie theater, or other public places, don't hesitate to change seats. If you're sitting next to a noisy group in a restaurant, you don't have to stay there and feel uncomfortable. Feel free to move to a more peaceful table. These are strategies I use to take care of myself. It's fine to lovingly say no to certain energies. Giving yourself permission to move is an act of self-care. This is what an empath friend told me he did at a noisy graduation party. I had to leave for a while because the noise and crowd were too intense. Dinner hadn't yet been served, but my ears were ringing. I was on edge. So I sat in my car for an hour with my book of poetry while the group at the celebration enjoyed dinner and dancing. I told my friends that I needed to take a break and rest, which they understood. In the end, they had fun at the party, and I had some quiet time to center myself before I returned. Empaths often find themselves in overwhelming social situations. When that happens to you, be sure to take breaks to replenish yourself. Then, if you want to return to the gathering, you will be in a more serene place. Strategy number 4, limit physical contact. Hugs are a choice. Energy is transferred through the eyes and touch. If you're uncomfortable with someone, limit eye contact and touch, including hugs and holding hands. Though hugging a loved one in distress often benefits you both, if you are wary of taking on their stress, make the hug short. You can keep sending them love from a distance. It's with respect that many healers who understand energy ask people they first meet, is it okay to hug you? You can ask permission too. It's also fine to nicely say no to a hug request. I sometimes tell people I don't hug if I'm not prepared to share energy with them. Until you're fully at ease with someone, you might also choose to give a half hug, the kind where you pat a person on the back. When you feel safer in the relationship, you can transition to a complete hug and feel good about it. Remember that you always have a choice about the kind of physical contact you want to participate in. I know I kind of chuckled there, but I think that some people might find that extreme. But in the end, any little thing you can do to help yourself, I mean, why not? You know, we worry too much about always hurting other people, so much so that it can come, you know, it can be damaging to us. So it is important to, you know, just sometimes be able to have your boundaries. I think I have to work on that too. I'm not very good at that. Strategy number 5, detox in water. A quick way to dissolve stress and empathic pains is to immerse yourself in water. Empaths love water. Epsom salt baths are divine, providing magnesium, which is calming. My bath is a sanctuary after a busy day. Being in water washes away everything from bus exhaust to long hours of air travel to pesky symptoms I might have picked up from others. You might want to add a little lavender essential oil to your bath, which is most calming after a long day. The perfect getaway for an empath is soaking in natural mineral springs, which purify all that ails us. Strategy number 6, set limits and boundaries. There's no way around it. To survive and thrive, we need to set limits with people. If someone is draining, don't be a doormat. Control how much time you spend listening to the person. No is a complete sentence. It's okay to tell someone what your needs and preferences are. For example, I'm sorry, but I'm not up for going to a party tonight. Or, let's discuss this when you're calmer because I can't tolerate yelling. Or, I need to meditate and be quiet for right now. Or, I can't talk for more than a few minutes unless you want to discuss solutions. Sometimes changing communication patterns with those who know us is a retraining process, but being consistent with kind but firm limits will protect you from energy vampires. Strategy 7, visualize cutting a cord between you and the other person. If you feel you are too connected with someone's unpleasant physical or emotional state, visualize a cord of light extending from your belly to theirs, and then lovingly set the intention to cut that cord. You're not severing the connection with the person entirely, only with the unwelcome energy they carry. Now visualize taking a pair of scissors and cutting the cord between you and the unwelcome energy in that person. This is the technique my patient Terry, whom I mentioned earlier, used to separate herself from her mother's anxiety while maintaining a loving bond with her. Strategy number 8, plan alone time to regroup. Empaths need alone time to reconnect with their power. If you've picked up unwanted energy, be sure to plan some alone time to center yourself. For a few minutes or more, quiet everything. No noise, bright lights, phone calls, texts, emails, internet, television, or conversations. It's important to feel your own energy without anyone else around. You are being your own best friend, which is a way to nurture yourself. Decreasing external stimulation also makes it easier to clear negativity. To counter any stress I've taken on from others, I get very quiet and I go inward to connect with my own energy and heart. When I'm in my center, other people's discomfort doesn't cling to me. Strategy 9, spend time in nature and practice earthing. Empaths love nature and feel at ease there. Being in a fresh, clean, green environment as well as near water clears negativity. The earth emanates healing. Try lying down in a meadow and allowing your entire body to soak up its energy. This feels sublime. And as I've already noted, earthing means going barefoot and feeling the earth's power through your feet. To shed other people's energy, simply feel the grass on your bare toes or walk in sand or soil. Sense the nurturing medicine of the earth coming through your feet to ground you. It's a beautiful experience. I love being barefoot. In fact, I've never really liked wearing shoes unless it's cold or I'm not at home. I'm like that too. I never have shoes on unless I have to. I feel strongly about the importance of taking personal retreat time away from the world at least once a year. This is a planned break to decompress in nature or a calming place where you can recalibrate your system. I offer a yearly weekend retreat for sensitive people at the Asylum Institute by the gorgeous redwoods and ocean in Big Sur, California. I actually only live maybe about 2 hours from there. It's a time for participants to slow down, tune into their intuition, and connect more deeply to their spirit. I also take a few personal retreats on my own each year in nature to get off the grid and restore myself. Strategy number 10, get plenty of sleep and take power naps. Sleep is a healing balm for an empath's body and soul. It calms the nervous system. Empaths are more vulnerable to absorbing stress and symptoms when they are tired. That's why it's crucial to get enough sleep. As a self-care rule, honor the sleep time you need to replenish yourself every night. If you're feeling especially stressed, plan on getting extra sleep and take short power naps during the day if you can. Sleep heals like nothing else can. To feel at my best, I need 8 hours of sleep a night. A calm, peaceful period before sleeping, when you reflect on the day or meditate, is important. No internet, social media, paying bills, intense conversations, newscasts, or violent TV. Some people believe the bedroom is just for rest, sleep, and sex, and don't allow televisions there. This is true. I'm in my bedroom right now, which probably looks like a child's bedroom, but I love color. And the one thing that I will not allow, and my husband agrees, is a TV. I mean, we have phones anyways, but still, we don't watch anything in here unless we're by ourselves, basically. A soothing environment reduces your stimulation level so you can sleep better and travel to different realms in your dreams. Easing into sleep and not rushing your way there is especially healthy for empaths. Waking up slowly is also ideal, rather than bolting out of bed. Allow yourself to remember your dreams in the morning. Let your bed be your healing temple. One empath joked with me, "I like my bed more than I like most people." I can relate. I love my sleep and dream time too. If I don't get enough of either, my system feels off and I'm more likely to absorb other people's stress. Strategy 11, take breaks from being online. This is a huge one. Empaths need regular timeouts from technology, which inundates us with too much information. Online media, such as Facebook, Instagram, and news feeds with upsetting information, trigger our emotions and can impair our ability to fall asleep. It's easy to pick up energy from the virtual world, so make sure you spend time in nature, meditating, or participating in other offline activities that restore you. A technology fast every once in a while will also do wonders for your sense of well-being. Strategy 12, clearing tips for traveling. Whether for business or pleasure, the stress of traveling can expose us to toxic energy that may not normally enter our everyday life. We're dealing with airports, cramped planes or trains, hotels, and new people. The following suggestions are ways that we can travel more comfortably and not get overwhelmed by the crowds and close quarters. How to stay centered in airports and on planes. Airports can be especially difficult for empaths because airports are noisy, crowded, rushed, and full of all kinds of stressful energies swirling around. They can be particularly overwhelming for empaths. To deal with the chaos, stay focused within your personal energy bubble. Instead of concentrating on the harried people around you, concentrate on your heart energy to self-soothe. When waiting for a plane, I'll often put my purse and papers on the seat beside me to create a circle of personal space. If someone needs to sit there and I'm uneasy with the person's energy, I'll pick up my things and move. No excuses necessary. I do this with love, not anger. Being on a plane can also induce sensory overload. The density of people in such a confined space can provoke anxiety in empaths because there is no escape. Here are some tips to make your flight easier. Check your luggage so you don't have to fight for overhead bins. Choose an aisle seat so you can get out easily and take refuge in the bathroom if necessary. To avoid the crowd boarding the plane, wait until the other passengers have boarded and then casually walk on to take your seat. Bring clothes to keep you warm since the air conditioning can be chilly. Bring water to stay hydrated. Try wearing an air purifier around your neck, which generates negative ions to purify the stale, recirculated air on the plane. Use earbuds to eliminate unwanted noise and enjoy listening to music or an uplifting audiobook. Avoid draining conversations with others. Strangers tend to tell their life stories to empaths. Unless you are drawn to talk to someone, create a cone of silence around yourself that communicates, "I'm not available." Center yourself by meditating. During any turbulence, stay grounded by placing your attention on your feet rather than your fear. Remember that your feet contain many powerful reflexology points and acupuncture meridians that can center you, even when you're 30,000 feet in the air. Simply concentrating on your feet will divert your anxiety from your head to your feet, which will naturally release the anxious energy. Okay, so we're going to stop right there and we'll talk more about empaths and traveling on my next video, and we'll finish up the last of these strategies and talking about some more protection strategies that you can work on and that I can work on. Again, I hope that you found this so very helpful and that you enjoy the nightly little nuggets that I share with you. If you do like these videos, please feel free to like, to comment, to subscribe. Even if I can help one person, that means the world to me. So until next time, take care. Bye-bye.